What is going on, everybody? This is Dylan with Dylan and Les's YouTube channel, and today is the day. I finally got some time to share with you our new rig. So for those of you that have been following the channel for a while, you'll know that we have lived full-time in a 38-foot Class A for the last 2 years. And just a couple of weeks ago, just a few weeks ago, we made a pretty major change where we switched to a Class B. And we got an apartment because we're kind of changing up how we travel and how we work and that sort of stuff. So today I'm going to show you our 2022 Thor Tellaro on the Ram ProMaster chassis. Now this is not one of those goofy tour super duper features. I'm just going to show you the van. I'm going to show you why we got this van and the choices we made. There's millions, not millions, dozens, I guess that's a big difference, dozens of various floor plans and that kind of stuff that are available. I'm going to show you a few key things about this van and what I love about it and why we love it. So first things first, it's the Ram ProMaster chassis. It is the 21-foot version, so it's shorter than a Mercedes Sprinter. So let's talk about that for the first feature that I love. We wanted not the shortest 17-foot, but we did not want a 24-foot Mercedes Sprinter because we didn't want the length. We live in an apartment building, and we wanted the van to sit in one parking space and not stick way out for storage, number one. And number two, we want to stealth camp with this. Like, we want to be able to just jump in it and go, not make reservations. We wanted it to fit in a real parking space and kind of not stick out. I mean, okay, you can tell it's an RV sort of, but we wanted it to just be a van. And if we got a big one, you know, like a 24-footer, it's harder to fit it in some spaces. This thing, you can take it to dinner. You can literally like just use it for whatever you want. So that's number one. So I guess the next thing would be, let's go inside and I'll show you what I love about this thing. Okay, so the floor plan is pretty killer. It has a long sofa that goes back in the front here, in the front of the van, and it pulls and slides out so that this whole area right here becomes a bed. Now I know that makes it less useful during the night, but it's super easy, and once you decide you're going to go to bed, you just go to bed. That's kind of the way it is. Now let me show you as we go back. Well, here, let me just show you and then I'll just shoot B-roll over it. So the couch is here. There's some drawer storage right behind, and there's a little counter right there, which I really like. There's a pull-out table right here that makes it to where when the passenger seat spins around, you have a work area, which is pretty cool. And then where I'm sitting right here, this driver's seat turns around too, and then there's also another table so you can sit on the couch and have another table. So there's a couple of tables. This one's kind of big, it's kind of nice. And then that way you've got dining, you've got work area with a laptop, that sort of thing. Then we go over to the kitchen area, and the kitchen has, the TV is right there. We don't really use the TV that much because we're not TV people, but it's got a nice galley, it's got a big sink, it's got a propane stove, it's got a convection oven, it's got a really big refrigerator with an upper and lower freezer, which is killer. One of the things I really like about this fridge is it is 12 volt, it is not propane, and we'll get into the technology in this thing in just a minute. The cool part about all of this is it's nice and flat. What I really like too is the storage. So it's got the kind of marine style Italian cabinets with the soft closed doors. They do pretty well about not rattling and stuff. You can pretty much just drive it like a normal vehicle, and it's pretty cool. And then in the back is a wet bath with a full wardrobe on this side. The wet bath, Leslie was a little unsure about how it worked and stuff, but once we got it, and it's pretty cool. It works pretty well. For those of you that are asking already, there is a little latch on the door right there so that when you're using the restroom, nobody can open the door on you. There's a medicine cabinet right here. And then this pulls down. This is kind of weird. This pulls down and this is your sink. And then what happens is you put the sink up and it just dumps the water back into the gray tank. So, yeah. And it's actually, believe it or not, the toilet area is bigger than you would think. It's pretty good. Then looking from the back to the front, you can see it's quite a bit of space actually. It works really, really well. Okay, so now you got a general rundown of the layout. The reason we chose it is because it's workable to live in and it doesn't feel tiny. So obviously when you make it into the bed, it's kind of cramped, but you're sleeping, so it doesn't matter. But the rest of the time, it's got plenty of room to move around. Some of these vans are so tight that like you can only have one person in one space at a time, and it's hard to, do that sort of thing. When the captain's chairs rotate, it gives us a lot more room in here, and I feel like it just works. It just works to have working area, because if we are traveling, usually it's for work. So Leslie has to have a setup for the laptop so she can continue to work. I've got to have a setup for my laptop. We're in and out and around doing stuff. So this is like a workspace during the day, as well as kind of mobile office really, as well as a place to sleep at night. And of course fun stuff, for going and doing fun stuff too, because we're using it for that as well. But we wanted it to be practical and not just a sleeping space. We needed to be able to work in here. As far as technology goes, it has lithium batteries and a solar panel. We have 200 amp hours of lithium batteries. We have a 200 watt solar power panel on the roof. There's a Thule rack up there. There's a bike rack on the back door. But as far as the technology goes, it's a 3000 watt inverter with a solar panel. It does not have a generator. It has an underhood generator, so more or less it's like an extra alternator. I think it's 200 amps or something. And it's great. We can go from almost completely dead, or as dead as you want, to drain a lithium battery. In less than an hour of runtime, it will be 100% completely charged up, and we can go totally overnight and on into the next day. We can run the AC. We can run the AC and the convection oven. It has a power management system so that it doesn't overload the system. It works great. It absolutely works great. We don't have to be plugged in anywhere. This is a normal sewer tank and gray tank, and a black tank and gray tank and water tank. It is not a cassette toilet. That's actually why I'm at the Georgia Welcome Center, because I'm going to empty the black tank for free. That's where I come and empty it because it's the easiest way. It is awesome. There's USB charging points everywhere. This thing is absolutely cool. I'm really, really happy with it. It's got a touch screen to control all the lighting. The Thule awning is as long as the entire side of the coach. It gets 17 miles to the gallon on the highway. I mean, come on, man. What can you not love about that? It drives like a car. In really windy conditions, it's obviously, you can feel the wind because it's kind of still big. But compared to a motorhome, I mean, you can just drive this thing around. Like, it's totally easy. Leslie never really liked driving the big coach. She loves driving this. She drove it the first day we got it, and we can actually take turns properly. And I don't know, this thing is amazing. We love it. So as we get into this thing, if you have any questions about this is a 2022 Thor Tellaro 20K. If you have any questions specifically about this coach or about B-Vans in general, or how we're making use of space or whatever, please put it in the comments. The B-Van thing is, RVing is not new to us, but the B-Van thing is new to us. So if you want to know anything about it or have any questions or suggestions, please put it in the comments. And we are going to continue to shoot more content about it because we're really, really stoked on this thing. It's pretty awesome.